My name is Jacob. Yes, I'm an author, a creative writer, poet, mostly yeah, science fiction because that's mostly what I did in school, um, and also a sometimes a teacher in some cases, but mostly I feel I'm more of a writer because that's actually what I feel is my special place in this universe, and that's how I get to make so much impact in this world. So I'm more an author, and that's something I'm trying to build and still working on. Yeah. So that's me.
Okay, so how is poetry like in Ghana?
Okay, so it's quite interesting and it's quite amazing. As a young person growing up, I can I discovered my creative ability. It started with poetry. I started writing poetry, so that's where it all started for me. Before it evolved into storytelling. So I know a lot of poets in Ghana. Mostly looking at the literary scene in Ghana, it's more of like unless there's a special occasion, special program, that's where you get to hear about poets, or mostly on special programs on TV, entertainment lifestyle, like this kind of thing. That's where you get to know about poetry. But poetry is all around us. But I like to say that poetry in Ghana is great. Mostly right now, the higher form of poetry right now is called this spoken word, where people have the opportunity to recite their poetry. That's basically what's reigning in Ghana. So there's so much spoken word performances because mostly when you write your poem and you put it in a book, it will stay there. So the best way is to actually recite it and perform it. And I think he's doing great. A lot of, you have so much organizations helping promoting poetry. Alakasa, Alakasa is doing great, and they've churned out many poets all over Ghana who are doing amazing and still doing great. And I also happen to got inspired to write poetry by Alakasa. So yeah, poetry in Ghana, even though it's more like it's in a low tone, there's a lot that's going on, and yeah, that's what I can say.
Okay, so what are some of the advantages and disadvantages with the field you've chosen to venture into?
Okay, so like I chose the field. I didn't. I was writing as a hobby. I was not really writing because I wanted to be an author. I was actually doing it as a hobby because I had a passion for it. So mostly when I have free time, I write. Until I got into senior high school, I got to see that there's a whole environment, community of writers who are actually doing something great with their writing. But I'll say the field I've chosen is an incredible field. It's a very powerful field. Everything about society is based on literature. You know, our tradition, our cultures, our way of thinking is as a result of the literature we have. And, you know, writers play a very important role in our nation building. The stories we tell, the things we write about go a long way to shape, the future generation. So I think it's a very potent and very impactful field. If you use it well, you can transform a generation. If not to, you can also derail a generation. So it's a very interesting and also burdensome in some way. Yeah, but it's fun anyway. I like it.
I also like that. So I understand you have physics background.
Yeah, I studied physics at the University of Ghana, Legon.
Have you imagine? Yes. Have you totally diverted from physics, or you are looking at merging the poetry and the physics?
Okay, I'm not totally diverted from physics. I'm still a science student, or I'm still a STEM enthusiast. I feel science is indispensable in our world. Everything that's around us has a connection to science. So I feel being a physics oriented person actually helped me to be more effective as a writer because through the physics course we went through a lot of strenuous training, and I think this training actually made us more effective and proficient as a writer. And currently I'm still doing things about physics and still writing. So the physics field is not off at all. I'm still a sciencey person. With the job that I do, I'm more into physics, but I also have time to write, which I feel is my passion and my great way of contributing towards the progression of the universe. So I'm still a science person. I do a lot of science stuff, but I also find time also to write. Yeah. So I'm not diverted at all.
Okay, that's great. So how are you able to fit in your time?
Okay, that's
With the
actually an
demand,
interesting
yes.
question. Yeah. Um, I think I have a timetable, and I have to be disciplined and strict to follow it. So I do what I'm supposed to do when the time is up to do that particular thing. Even though sometimes there are lapses, I force myself to do it. I have I have people who are looking up to me, so I can't fail. Even though I sometimes feel like failing. Sometimes we don't sleep, we stay all night to work on stuff. So it's 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 a big responsibility, but there's a lot of a lot of satisfaction that comes from achieving it. So that's what keeps us going.
Okay. So how did you first get published?
Okay, so my first publication was I think I I completed senior high school 2012. So I met I wanted to publish a collection of poetry I'd written, and I met this American organization, like a section of Amazon. They actually help people to publish on PDF, Kindle. Yeah, so I didn't know. I was just researching on Google, then I found them. So I got to publish my first collection of poetry in 2012, which is available currently on Amazon, Oaks of Definition. So and that's how I got officially published on Amazon.